Do you have one to move?
Wait, why are you saying me?
No, I meant like I assume.
Yeah,
That
I've got to move one just.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to PNW Pool Thing, where we're going to have another Who's the Dominant Beast. Who's this one between this night, Stephanie?
Nailing it. We have Dylan Helphingstine back for more, but this time versus Scudder, John Scudder. Y'all know him. Diamond Mine. Turn that down, Jesse. Let's go. Back to the room. Looking good. We
Yes,
have
two
such
fine-
an exciting match tonight.
Two fine gentlemen discussing the things about life.
And pool.
All right, here we go. Let's make them spring into action.
Let's go. Tonight we are playing 8 ball. Race to 11 with some serious cheddar in the middle.
Like sharp cheddar.
Like extra white sharp cheddar.
Yep, age 2 years, special reserve.
We're lagging. We're playing winter break.
Ooh.
Oh, Scudder got him.
All right.
First break.
Winter break, huh?
Winter break.
Okay. That'll be interesting. Dylan was feeling like his break wasn't working too well for him last night. Said he only made a ball on the break twice. And he didn't. He's thinking, better do better on the break tonight if he's going to be able to fade Scudder's awesome pattern play.
Oh, well, this is really exciting.
I'm so excited.
I know. They're both 620, right? That's pretty wild. Dylan's been going up consistently and quickly. And Scudder has put up 4 points on his Fargo in just the last couple months. So, and that's all from tournament play, which is awesome.
Yep. So, yeah,
Both
for
big
those of you
tournament
that
guys.
don't know Scudder, Scudder just plays with a modified bar cue. I think it's like been cut in half. It has a joint in it, but it's just a bar cue. That's it.
It's a 20-ounce Valley Supreme.
Yep. The reason Scudder plays with such a cue is because his patterns are so good. He really doesn't stray from center ball that much, and you're going to see that throughout this match. Also, phenomenal bank player. Starting out with solids.
Do you know that's actually his pool nickname?
Starting out with solids.
Yep. No, you smartass. Banks.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Get out of here. Well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad one for him either because he's super solid. And here we go.
Here we're starting out with a bank. Let's see if he's got this cloth figured out. Ooh, just didn't widen up as much as he thought it was going to. He's left Dylan a shot, but he's also blocked Dylan's gray 14 up a bit. And he owns that pocket by the red stripe up there with the 2 ball
The 11
blocking.
up there. Yep.
Yep, the 11, the 2 ball have a relationship.
Is it abusive? Maybe.
It's one-sided.
Sounds like abuse to me. Okay, Dylan. Starting out with a 12.
Okay. Now, it doesn't look like he was trying to hold for the 10 right there. Let's see what's he going to do here.
I think he's going to try to pop that 2 out or at least sink it. Take care of this problem. 14. Okay, well,
Okay.
he did clear out that pocket.
Well, his gesticulations indicate I think he was trying to make the 14 follow the 2 in.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Would have been real splendid. All right, so.
However, those two balls did line up, and it looks like you'll be able to combo that in. So, as long as Scudder doesn't get out here.
I would be surprised if he didn't. I'm going to be curious to see what pattern he chooses to play. All right. He's gotten back for the turquoise 7. But he's got to get somewhere for this 5 ball. So he'll probably roll forward and take the 1 next and leave himself enough angle to bounce off the bottom long rail.
What? Take that 5. Well, no,
Well, he
7.
thought about it.
Yeah. And then 7, then 1.
Yeah.
But you got to deal with that 1.
No, he was smart to leave
one.
the 5 as his key ball just because it's over there by the 8.
Right?
Yeah.
Perf.
Right.
He showed up in his best river float attire. Does John Scudder wear a polo shirt on the river?
That'd be cool. The horse
Like,
has
oh, you put on a collared shirt?
the horse has some
Look at
little
you,
water
fancy.
muscles on it. All right, Scudder with the first
He's out.
blood drawn.
Let's peep that room. Looking
Looking
good.
Oh, for a minute. Looked like Dylan was like about to play like a small musical instrument. It's just a water bottle. For those of you that don't know, this is John Scudder. He does diamond tables.
He is the owner of Diamond Mine Northwest. So if you are in the market for a table at home or you know a bar that needs a good table, hit him up.
Yeah, does your bar have like Valley tables? Have him get a hold of John. He can help them figure out a leasing program that works for everybody.
He knows his diamonds, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he takes quite the angle on an 8-ball.
Well, he might be going for second ball break. Yep.
Yep.
Look at that. Ooh, the 7 almost went in. Now, a second ball break, you're probably going to end up with a bit more clusters, so people will do that when they feel like they can, you know, play chess match-like moves a little better than their opponent.
I'll be interested to see if he continues using that or if he goes back and forth.
Right. Well, that's what I'm, you know, it could just be that he has a second ball break as the way he always plays. This, you know, breaking
Time
from
will
the,
tell.
breaking from the center, breaking from the second ball, kind of reminds me of the serves in tennis. You have your first serve, which is I'm trying to get an ace serve.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got your backup serve, which is I don't want a fault serve.
Okay, well. Dylan has taken the solids.
All right.
Oh, man, unfortunately, it looks like he's got to take the 7 next.
Yeah, you'd
I think he's just...
think, oh, well,
a
he's got some traffic around
I don't think
that.
he can get to the right part of the 1 that he needs to take that up.
Oh, he drew back, and I'm not sure if he's going to like this. He does have a 3 ball off the 1 ball. Yeah, that's what he's called. So he's got a recovery shot here. He can make this and roll forward a bit for a shape on either the 2 or the 4.
Mm-hmm.
So some good things can happen here. Oh, he just straight cut it in.
Nice cut.
All right.
Not the greatest
However,
position afterward, though.
yeah, cutting it thinner, you're going to lose your cue ball a little bit more, and I think it probably maybe widened out on this bottom 2 rails more than he thought. So wisely, he's gotten under the 12. Left Scudder with not much.
Not much. Unless it's Scudder, and he decides he's just going to kick that in.
Right. He may have a look at the gray 14. He's going for the 12. Let's see what he does with this. Okay, he plays thin and doesn't really give Dylan too much, depending on how much it nestled up with that 4 ball.
Yeah, I don't think...
But see, what he's definitely done here is he's made it...
Is it makeable on the side?
I don't know. We'll find out. But
Looks like he's trying.
He's definitely limited what Dylan can do to hook him back.
Nice shot.
It did go. Okay. Dylan's off and running again. Don't think he can shoot the 1 by that 10 ball. Well, maybe. If he plays at the right speed, I don't think it's going to really pay off for him to try it now. He's probably going to go with the 6 and have to go around the table a bit. Yeah, he's got to cut in the 6. Miss the side
cut.
pocket. Yeah, there's a reason he's taking his time. Oh, he's going for the bank.
A little safer.
Well, he can also hold it for either the 2 or the 1 in the side.
On the scratch
There we
aspect.
go. Nice.
Gets it.
So that was real nice.
Yep. And it looks like he's got an angle on that 1.
Well, he sure does. But you know what he doesn't have an angle on? A shot on the... If he makes the 1, a shot with the 2 to get to the 8.
I was just thinking that... Yeah, how are you going to get there?
Yeah, so he's got some trickiness ahead of him. He might be able to draw off this 1 and push the 2 down to this lower right corner. But still, he's got to do something super deliberate here to end up with a shot that could possibly get him another shot on that 8 ball, because that 10 is
Yep.
just so in the way.
So in the way.
Oh, and it spun up against the 15.
Unfortunate. If he was a hand-flipping guy...
He did a little back and forth with the face, but...
That would have been one, but...
Yeah. Channel that energy into your hand, Dylan. Okay, so he's going to kick at this 2. I mean, he's kind of on life support in this game right now. He made contact. That's good. The good thing is his 2 ball really doesn't have a whole lot around it. But John might toy with him just a little bit and play it safe on him now. Like solve one of his problems and leave him tough. Sure seemed like he might be trying to come off that short rail and move that 8. Good decision. Had it worked out. Yeah, Nicole, I'm pretty sure Dylan won 9-2.
Oh, look at this.
Oof.
Oh.
Well,
Putting Dylan in jail.
see, I don't dislike that. You know why? Because the 11 still has a pocket. Yeah, Dylan's in a tough
Yeah, this is a real thinker.
Well, he's really painted himself into a corner here, and John's going to make him pay for it, because if he extracts a ball in hand from him, he might play another safe by hitting the 2 and hiding the cue ball behind the 8.
Oh, he made contact, but no rail.
He pushed it away from the pocket. Yeah. So, yeah, if he shoots the 2, well...
And that was a successful safe, resulting in a ball in hand for John Scudder. Oh, balls. He's taking the 10 first.
Well, yeah, I mean, with ball in hand and his pattern play, that makes a lot of sense. See, he can shoot this in and get shape on the 11. Yep, he can take this straight and rub off the 12 for shaping the bottom right. It's looking pretty good right here.
Sure is.
Yeah. I mean, you got a little flat on this. He might draw back off that rail and bounce out a little bit. Create some angle. Yep. Yeah, he'll check
This is
that
not
angle.
straight in. That 13 is a little off angle.
Yeah, I mean, the question is, do you roll forward a hair and just kind of nudge it?
Or you just shoot it down there and say,
Yep.
screw that combo. Nice.
Mm-hmm. He's going to have position if he makes this, which is real nice. Oh, just a little too wide. How's he leaving Dylan? Giving him ball in hand.
And he scratched.
Yep.
Tough break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that shot on the 14, it was kind of like you're going to run into the 13 no matter what, so it was kind of a delicate shot.
Nice. Dylan staying online.
But cutting that 13 ball in there is something John probably rarely misses. Let's chalk it up to first. Early match jitters.
All right. Dylan answers back. See what that deer's up to today. This cool pool deer.
Yeah, real cool. It's a hot day and a cool deer.
Yeah, what else we got?
Bears
Oh, there's
and
a bear.
fish. It's like, man, I don't even know where to begin. There's so much food in this river.
He's just baffled.
Just confused old bear.
Okay. Dylan break. Game 3. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. to
What a
pee.
lovely Tuesday evening.
Well, I mean, a little hot for my liking, but we got pool. We got action. So that's always a great day.
Is that dry?
It is.
Okay, Scudder has several openers here, most of which are solids.
I'm not taking those stripes at all. Look at that terribleness in the middle of
Barf, yeah.
that triangle. I mean, magic rack.
Yeah, I mean, he could open with the 12 if he wanted to do that, but why introduce that much chaos into a system where it's not necessary?
You only got the 7 tied up in all that mess.
You know, and it might even have a pocket in that top side pocket if you get down in this corner. Surely Scudder and his flip-flops will figure the right pattern to play.
Hey, it's hot today. I'm wearing flip-flops.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm wearing whole foot flip-flops, pretty much.
Whole foot.
Yeah, they don't go in between the toe, they cover your whole foot.
Isn't that called a shoe?
It's a summer shoe, okay? It does flip and flop. All right. Delicate little touch there. He's left himself the 7 or the 1. I guarantee you he's very much
You mean the
concerned.
6?
Sorry, the 6. The gray 6.
I think he might be trying for what you were talking about earlier right now.
Right now, right this
With the
very
6.
minute. No, he went with a
Nope.
stop. Ooh, well, he's got
Great
some
stop
angle on
shot.
this one. He's can do some stuff. He might be able to roll forward a little bit and shoot the 7 in the low right. there might be enough room between it and that gray 14 stripe.
Yeah, he's looking at that right now.
He's kind of telegraphing that whole idea with his actions. His body tells a story. Got a little bit of an angle here to hold it, though, so... Well, looks like we're going to see him shoot in the 4. Okay. That didn't turn out too terribly.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's not the end of the world.
Oh, you know what he was doing? He had to get that out of there because it was blocking his 5 ball from that corner pocket.
Smart.
So when he
Okay.
was looking at that 7 earlier, he must have concluded, yes, I can do this.
Based on, the pattern that he chose, I think it must go.
All right. Did he drift over far enough? Might be playing a little bit of a... Might just roll this in. Roll. Roll your ball. I think he got a little help from that magic rack, didn't he?
I was just going to say, magic rack helping out again or hindering. That's why I'm always a fan of get it off the table.
Yeah, maybe I should come up with one of those ball marking devices. Proprietary PNW pool thing ball marking device.
Okay.
Dylan's going to slow-mo film it.
I'm going to use my best eyes. I think it looked legit to me.
Yeah. Yeah, for as much cheddar as these guys have in the middle, I'm really enjoying how cordial the things are between them. Oh, that was an expensive miss. They're true gentlemen playing real good. Oh, Karen in the chat. What's up, Karen? Tyrell in the chat. Dan in the chat. CJ in the chat. We got a
Nicole, what's up, girl?
lot of chat.
AJ,
Travis.
Zachary, CJ. Oh, but hey, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight.
Yeah, I'd love to see all them names in the chat. Okay, so Dylan has been given an opportunity.
Is he going to make John pay? Jeff Hayes says Mike D's new sponsor has the ball marking deals.
Oh, yeah.
Of course Mike D's new sponsor does. Does Mike D have a sponsor that doesn't have a solution to a pool problem that we might run into? I don't think so. Nice slow roll in. Left for the 10.
Ooh, Rashawn's in the chat.
Thanks, Nicole. Yes, everybody. When you hit back, just hit that thumbs up button on our YouTube channel or the stream itself. It really helps out. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. That way, when people like Scudder come over and play, and we throw his card up on there, people see it, and they're like, I was looking for a table. Oh my gosh, now I know who to talk to.
Or I'm going to give my local bar owner a bunch of grief and say, get a real table, dude. Get a diamond.
Yeah, you up in...
They're fantastic tables.
You play up in Yakult or Amboy. You guys playing on valleys. Come on now. Have John hook you up with a diamond. Yeah, I think he's looking pretty good here. It's basically his 3-ball out to make a mistake on, and I don't really see him doing that.
Nope, he's shooting good. It's Dylan. You know what Dylan's nickname is? In
What
pool?
is it?
Mr. Consistent.
Oh.
And he says shout out to Johan for giving him that name. But
Johan Linau? Yeah, he played against Cody Johnson. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Consistent.
If I keep reading his writing correct. But
Yeah.
that's his nickname.
Unless it's Tohan. Nobody names anybody Tohan. I think that's a J.
Right? I don't know. You
Yeah,
read
it's
it.
a J. Crossed
I don't
his-
have my glasses. That's why I make everybody write in Sharpie.
with an autofocus feature.
Well, it's big and black. I can see it.
Oh, wow. Diamond Mine sponsored every stop in the NWPA Women's Tour. Way to go, John.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, support people that support Bull. Need a table? Give John a call.
For real. Time for a...
There it is. Need a diamond table?
That's
Does your
his
bar
name.
need diamond tables?
That's his number.
Yep.
That's his website.
Yep.
Okay. Hit him with a...
Bear?
No, I was going to say hit him with a promo real quick.
Oh.
What is that, you guys? We have these made. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Back to the action.
Okay, Dylan's break. Let's see what he's done on the break here. He's going for more center. I'm really curious how much he puts in it right here. Is he going to hit it pretty soft, or is he going to put it more hard?
Maybe at a medium pace.
Okay, that worked out for him. Okay. Because, yeah, he was breaking earlier, trying to break out, and couldn't get anything really working. And I was like, try taking stuff off the speed and power.
Yeah, breaks don't have to be all balls to the wall.
Right, especially
Balls through the wall. No.
especially on a small table. It's just it's another controlled shot. Deserves all the accuracy of any other shot. Oh, Karen used to work with somebody from DAP.
Who'd you work with?
Yeah, which one of them was it?
We love Dap. And Nick made all of our promo videos.
Oh. He missed a 10 ball last night. That was the only ball he missed last night. Was
Oh
the
my,
10.
you're right. The 10 strikes again.
Ooh. He's haunted by his Friday night tournament. Yeah, Jimmy Buckets. I was just talking with Dylan prior to the match. Dylan and Rashawn versus Jimmy Buckets and Zach Zager.
Oh, that'll be a fun match.
Exactly. So we're working out the details, put them on the list.
I think every match is a fun match, though.
Oh, they all are.
So come play a fun match.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
John's taking those stripes away from Dylan.
Yep, he sure did.
Yep, and probably leave himself for this 12, and as long as he gives himself a good angle to get shape on the 13, the 8 ball goes in the upper left, the lower right, the bottom side, the lower left. So...
A lot of options.
yeah, see how he put his cue like that after that shot? He did not get over far enough. So the cue ball is heading towards the 1-5 off this 12 ball.
Not ideal.
No. Now, he may try and pull it back to the rail and bank the 13. Yeah, he's gotten a little out of line on this 12. And he realizes trying to go forward, he can't miss the 5 unless he goes dangerously close to that upper left-hand corner.
Do you think because he's John Scudder, he switches gears and he tries to bank that 13 back into the side past the 7 to get position on this 12?
He might, depending on where his cue ball's going to go, because he can get the cue ball.
No, back to the 12. That was crazy talk.
Not bad. It's just it's all about cue ball control on that shot, getting shape on the 12. So let's see what he does here. Yeah, he was tentative. I mean, the good news is he's kind of giving Dylan a bit of a combo with the 1-5. It's makeable.
That 6-4
it's
could be problematic.
Well,
but probably not.
Yeah, there's plenty of places. There's plenty of places he could get on that. So he can get shape on. Okay, you can go for it now. Yeah, he got real good on the combo. You just don't want this 1 ball to roll up on the short rail. Wow, okay. I like how he took that option away from the 1 ball.
You know, the only thing I don't really like about what's going on here is that the 7 is on the right-hand side of that side pocket. So he's going to have to travel that cue ball after that shot to get...
He might be swinging around powerfully, to get shape for it now.
Good call.
Right. That's a good spot to be. He's rolled too far, but guess what? He also rolled far enough to take the 7 all the way up into the upper left.
Exactly.
Stop shot for the 6 or the 4. Whatever involves the least amount of cue ball work here. So pop off the rail just a hair so you're not like stuck to the rail. Follow the 4. You got the 6 on the side.
Okay. 3 balls on the table.
Trying to find the path of least resistance as well as cue ball movement and shot difficulty.
Yep, I would be shooting at the 4 as well.
Oh, all day long, yeah. He's just trying to figure out it's going to go forward. It wasn't going to come closer to the short rail, though he may have liked. So he rolled further for an easier shot on that 6 in that upper left corner. But he's got to do a little bit of work here.
Yep.
He's deciding to stay to the right-hand side of the 8.
And he's going low.
Oh. Yeah, see, his cue ball was close enough to the rail that trying to go to the bottom half of the ball, you jack up just a little bit on distant shots. Can mess with your accuracy, especially when the pressure's on.
Yeah. Just right back on that line.
Mm-hmm. Now, on one hand, he could have just stopped that ball and shot in the 8 down here, but John wisely recognized, well, why? There's a big, huge target area over here where it's almost impossible to go wrong. And he's tied it up.
He has tied it up. It's a match tonight. But this is what you would expect out of an equal Fargo rating.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. So, this is the tournament that Dylan runs on Friday nights at the Silver Star. It's weekly 10 ball, starts at 7. Reported to Fargo. I think, though, depending on the number of people they get, they might do the race 3 to 2. So
Um,
be
we
sure and
need
check
to
that out.
we need to update that. This is Fargo reported, but there is also a side pot these
Oh
days.
yeah, there's a new side pot thing, so be aware of that.
Yeah, Sweet Friday Night Tournament. Come check it out. Run by Dylan.
Yeah, and he's real good about, if he's out playing a tournament, which he's been doing a lot, not necessarily on Fridays, but if he ever is not there, he gets somebody else to run it. And
Yeah, and somebody legit.
right. Not just some geek off the street,
Gotta be
Handy with the steel, if you know what I mean.
earn your keep.
Earn your keep.
All right. Taking a little survey. Made it, what, a solid? Yep.
Made a solid. Nah, the solids aren't looking too particularly juicy because of that 7, but
Yeah, the 7 sucks, but I mean, all of that down there is.
oh, look at that. That was nice. Kind of sacrificed what he could do afterwards by doing that, but it was a good shot. And the 3 is a nice insurance ball.
Yeah, like a freaking rocket.
Oof, oof, oof. Got it. Okay. Ooh, little dicey. I don't expect him to take the turquoise 7. I'll probably go for the one on the side. Yep.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can kind of get center ball a little bit so he can break that 12 away from the blue 2. Yep, and he's done it. Oh, but he just barely missed it.
Oh.
Okay.
So close. Okay. Yep. 11 is a starter. Good call.
No, I don't really see any reason that Dylan shouldn't be out right here.
Yeah, I was just taking a scan around myself. Yep.
Accidentally getting flat on a ball that he doesn't want to get flat on could be problematic. Yeah, so even here, he can go high inside and get to the right hand side of the 8 ball. Probably for a shot on the 15 if he gets flat enough on it. Now.
But, or he could just push forward and shoot that 13.
Yeah, it's layouts like these because everything looks so accessible and you're just like, oh, I got this, that 2 things can happen. One, you can overanalyze it and kind of paralyze yourself from feeling comfortable with any particular action over another one. But you can also get a little complacent and just get a hair out of line.
Well, did you see what he did there?
Yeah.
He combined both of our things. He pushed forward and went for the 15. So we're both right.
Oh, yeah.
And we're
I
both
figured
wrong.
that's what he was going to do next. It was just like, if you rolled not far enough, then you've got to come down here and hit the bottom rail or the bottom long rail, so he took his time and did it right. Now, he'll probably just barely tap this in, which will really give him a great angle for the 13 to the 10.
Yep.
Yep. Now he's got to roll forward. I mean, even if he hits the 1. Yeah, he's looking at it. So he might actually choose the backside of that 1 as kind of a target. Use the 1 to stop the cue ball. Because 2's blocking that corner, so he's got to move his cue ball a bit to give himself a shot on the 8 in the side. On the upper side. Oof, look at that. Hit it on the way in and out. Double
Just
smooch.
Get out of here. Let's move on over there.
All right, so see, he's a little flat here, so he would love to draw back, hit the bottom long rail, and have shape on the 8, but Cloth's a little slippery still. He could accidentally arc it backwards and get it into the side pocket unexpectedly.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah. This is one of those shots you can kind of jack up and draw it, and it'll pop and then bend back. So he'd miss. He'd go wide of the side pocket. Oof.
Nice.
That was some delicate position for how hard he had to hit it, right?
Yeah.
It comes with, like, being real comfortable. Oof. Nice out, Dylan.
Nice out.
Getting shape on that 8. He had an a relatively easy out, but made it look tough because of how he had to get on that 8.
Yeah. Well, let's get to know our players a little bit. Who you got? You got Dylan?
Yeah. So did you know he's from Beaverton and he also lives there? Like, he's not like from somewhere and moved there. Maybe he's moved all over inside the Beaverton. I don't know, but yep. Never left the nest.
I don't think he lives with his mom.
No, I'm not
Well,
saying
I'm just
that.
joking. Tell me more.
Oh, yeah? He's been playing for 10 years. His late uncle got him into APA.
No.
My uncle got me into pool, too, so I hear that.
Yeah, that's really nice. Favorite game is 10 ball. And we've added couple new questions to our questionnaire, and I really like this one. Do you have any pool goals? And if so, what? And Dylan Helphingstine, has a pool goal of play for Team Oregon in the Northwest Cup.
Well, I'll tell you what. The way he's been playing, the dedication and time he's put in, he also does things for the community, host events. He's putting on the Vancouver Open.
Yeah, that's going to be
That's
a
a big deal.
real fun event coming up. When's that? That is August 9th and 10th at the Silver Star Saloon.
So,
here
yeah,
in
he's
Vancouver, Washington.
the rate at which he's improved, the determination he's had with the game, the focus, it's pretty much his life right now. I think that the Northwest Cup would be wise to figure out what team he's going to be on. I mean, obviously Oregon, but this year, next year.
Well, the real question is, where are they going to have the next Oregon hosted?
Oh, Oregon hosted? No, this year it's going to be at the Ox.
Yeah, it's at Ox this year, but I'm just saying next year. Where is it going to be?
Like Batman. Where is it?
Maybe the Midway.
Well, they play that one on 9-foot tables, so they'd have to bring one in. I mean,
Sam's.
John could do it. Bring in a table for the day.
Okay, back to the action. Ooh. Oof.
Okay,
Nice
so
slow
this was
roller.
Dylan's break, and he's trying to stay at the table.
He's
Look
doing a
at-
good job.
He is. Look at that. He's
That 12 is crazy. Get that friggin' triangle out of here.
okay. Delicate shot. I mean, it's like you don't have to do a whole bunch of crazy stuff, but it's a little nervy just following the ball over that distance. Not for him.
Oh, he got it. Just please move that rack. I just don't want anything to get messed up by that stupid magic rack. I mean, magic racks are awesome. I love them.
Mm-hmm. They're magical. Now, is he going to roll forward and then take the 12, or is he going to try and do 2 rails out of that corner
If he
off
can
the 9 ball
if he
to
can
take the
see
13?
the 12,
No, I don't think he can.
no,
Okay.
you got to take the 13.
Yeah. Oh, he played the pocket wide to get a better angle on that 12 and just did the neatest job with it.
Sure did. Nice shooting.
All right, let's see what angle he leaves himself for the 12. All right. That's a real good angle. He can stun it off there for an easy shot on the 8 in the bottom side. But he's a little close to the 8 ball on this shot, so maybe he won't be doing that. He's hesitating. He's got some misgivings about this situation. Oh, I guess that must be where his cue ball's tracking to. So he's going to play the 8 in the upper side.
Oh.
I think he was thinking maybe he'd go behind that.
But he ran into the 6, and it didn't. The cue ball didn't travel as much as he was thinking it probably was going to.
Okay, well, he must have been trying to go beneath the 6 for shooting the 8 in the upper corner, but...
You gonna bank this?
Here we go.
Or are you going for the side?
I'm going for the side because you can also try and leave your cue ball in the middle of the short rail. Which is an important thing, you know. If you're shooting a money ball, play shape anyway.
Just wide.
You know, he did a good job of leaving his cue ball in the middle of the short rail because it's like, this shot isn't a gimme, you know. Like, nobody makes that shot 100%.
No.
So, play shape. Always play shape on your money ball. Keeps you from scratching. Makes your game just that much more intentional. And John's like, ha ha ha, you have painted yourself into a corner.
Oh, but
he leaked it out.
Just a little bit. He can see it.
Oof.
If we had a wide view, I feel like Scudder would be hand flipping right now.
He might be flip-flopping. Oh, yeah. He needed to hide that ball. He had the chance to hide that ball.
Dylan's not going to miss again. Okay. There she goes. I'm like,
so,
let's go with the button.
Saturday nights, weekly 9-ball tournament.
Oh.
Silver Star.
Yep, we love the Silver Star.
Yep. Run by Mr. Ed Winter.
Another fabulous tournament director.
Mm-hmm.
And Fargo reported. Come play some 9-ball. Goes fast. It's fun.
There's food to eat.
And you know what I really like about the new expansion of the Silver Star is you don't hear the karaoke. You're so deep around the corner that you don't have to worry about the wild side on
the scarioke
on the weekend nights anymore. You're in your own little bar over there, and it's awesome.
You can play your own music with the touch tunes, in fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, nice break.
Yeah. I'm going to play Gordon Lightfoot next time I play there.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting to do that. All right. His pretty successful break here. The 2's tied up. He's probably going to either, get that out of there. Oh, how is he going to do it? You got to fold it like a slice of pizza and then pull it up over the gray 14.
Let's get a zoom in, enhanced view of this surgery.
Enhance. They successfully performed a rachiotomy.
Success.
Yep, he's like, oh, I'm taking them stripes because the 2-1.
Yeah,
there's no relieving ball down there, really. I mean,
no.
If you had your cue ball by the 3, you could shoot the 5 and break it out.
Yeah.
That's not his plan. He rolled up far enough to get on this 13. If he didn't roll up far enough, it was going to get interesting. So I think now, as long as pays real close attention to what angle he needs on each ball, I think he's going to be okay. But real touchy here. Okay. That's
looking good.
Pretty good angle to shoot the gray 14 into this bottom corner. Is he flat enough he can kind of pull it back towards the 8?
Yeah, just draw it a little bit.
He's looking at it. Yep. Now he's going to be thinking, though, am I going to run into this purple 4?
I mean, very possible. Either that or push forward and possibly hook yourself behind the 3. So, tricky.
Yeah, it is tricky because if you go forward, you got to be pretty specific about how you come back out off that short
Right.
rail.
That's what I'm saying. Is there's a ball to hook you. So.
And swinging two rails off that upper corner is going to be tricky because you got to put a lot of side spin on it to get the travel because you have to miss the 4.
These are probably all the things he's thinking as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and that was just, that's why that angle he got on the 14 was so crucial. Rolled just like a fraction of an inch too far.
Well, just changed and deciding he didn't like it at all.
Forward 2 rails. Oh, and he missed it. That's a rare miss from Mr. Consistent. Okay, now I can bet. Let's see. Trying to think here. Scudder would do well to deal with that 1-2. Is there a safety he can play by messing those up?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Chad Raswick in the chat. We get to have him over here this next weekend.
No, what's up, Chad? Oh, I know. I'm so looking forward to this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We got a mini Moscone Cup for y'all. It's going to be real fun.
Oh, and like I said earlier, the cue ball near the 3 off the 5 is a breakout opportunity for the 2-1. He's a little close to the rail. But if he can stun over there and disturb that little mess. Yeah, the 2 might go if he gets flat on the rail.
Or goes into the rail first. Yeah.
Or just goes rail first, touches the 2, or touch the 2, and then just lock him up behind the 1. Yep. Oh, it goes. Okay. Would lock yourself up behind the 1.
Nope.
He called a safe.
He called a safe.
Ooh,
Brutal.
Chess match time. Chess match time.
Yeah. That's freaking brutal.
Well, what's extra brutal about it is both the 9 and the 4 or the 12. They're kind of in the middle third of the table, and we all know when they're kind of in the middle part of the table, it's a smaller ball to hit.
Mm-hmm.
So John, flexing his 8-ball brain, extracts a ball in hand from Mr. Helphingstine.
And that is his second.
That's the type of decision that makes
Successful
this a
save.
4-3 match instead of a 5-2 match.
Okay.
All right. He's like, what is the most foolproof
Pattern.
to do these 3 balls? Yeah, I like that. Because, yeah, miss the 9. Give your
Make
shot.
the angle do the work, you know?
Yeah. Because, yeah, if you, ooh, make
What?
the point on the side pocket do the work.
I was just going to say, watch yourself there, mister. Give me
I like what he was trying to do.
Heart help.
I know. I like what he was trying to do there. If he misses that point, he gets great shape on the 1, which leads him really well to the 7. He's going to have to alter his plan a little bit.
Okay, it's a long shot.
Yeah, I like the fact that the cue ball can be stopped by the 12. So he's just got to make this 7.
Gotta make it.
Wow.
Oh,
He hit the back of the heart of that pocket, didn't he?
and you said that the 12 was going to stop it? Holy cow, not when you put that kind of muscle on it.
Yeah.
Well, blam.
Yeah, it had that crisp clackety-clack sound. All right.
Oh.
These are always nervy. Nobody likes a money ball back cut. Yeah, he was even looking at shooting it past the 9 for that very reason.
Right. Sinks it.
Nice.
Nice out, Scudder.
Okay. He tried to make it a little tough on himself, but got through it.
Okay, and let's get to know John Scudder, a.k.a. Banks. He's from California, but has been in Portland for 23 years. And how he started playing pool was he was recruited randomly in a bar to an APA team because they were missing somebody.
They're like, hey, you with the face.
His favorite pool halls to play in are Sam's, Sewickley's, and the Trough. If you haven't been down to the Trough, it's down on Hawthorne in
5th-ish?
Yeah, out there. They've got
Across from the space room. They've got 5 tables now, and they do a really good job with the atmosphere. It's a good place to go. So
tournaments Wednesdays and Sundays, I believe. Does John Scudder have any pool goals, and what are they? He says 700 or bust. He's going for it.
Oh, nice. That's what I like to hear.
When asked if he played in leagues or tournaments, no, he plays only in tournaments. He's too busy.
A league is a little bit of a commitment, like we signed up for it and we're every Wednesday in the summer, but it's a good time. So, I get it.
It is always a good time. I like the
Yeah.
socialness of it for sure.
It's easy to become a shut-in hermit, like go out and do some stuff.
Get out there, play in a tournament, join a league.
Work on your dry break that John just got, which great break. Everything's wide open. I don't think that was a second ball break, was it?
I don't think so.
Joel Peck calls him Scud Missile.
Oh.
Is that his nickname? Did he put that on there?
No, his nickname is Banks, but I'm writing Scud Missile. That's a good one.
I call him El Scudderino because I'm not into brevity, you know what I mean? That whole brevity thing.
I always just called him Scudder.
Put some pleasantness to it. Oh, you remember how I was like, I wonder if he's going to bring over his table leveling, like level things and
Yeah,
check
did
the
we make a
table.
bet on that?
No, we didn't make a bet.
We
But
should've
I was
made a
like,
bet.
I'd be surprised if he didn't, and he didn't.
Well, I guess he's got to trust his work from last time.
All right. Opening up with the solids. I like
Okay.
it. Smart move here because the 5 can lead into many things. And that's another fun thing about 8 ball is if you have a shot where you can leave yourself for 2 different shots at the same time. Great. So he left himself the 5 or the 6. The 6 leads the 5 as well. So he's got a pretty good pattern going on here.
Yep, I see it. Looking good.
He's got to make a decision here, though, because weird to try and get on the 4 from here, so he might try and do the 2. But he's got to draw it back. Angle's real dependent. He's got a situation where he's introduced a little bit of possible trickiness. All right. So let's see if we can't figure out what he's thinking. Is he leaving the 4 for his key ball? Okay. Because I think, from the looks of it, unless he shoots the 7 from, right of where the 9 is and goes forward, he might have a shot on the 8 into this lower left-hand corner. Obviously, if he gets good on the 4. Tricky to get on the 8 from the 3.
Yeah, that's not the ball. But is the 7.
But it's like 3 to the 7, and then from the 7 to the 4, better have a plan. Okay.
Yep.
I think that's a little bit too much angle to come under the 11. So, yeah, he's going to come right up there.
Yep, he's going to go Nice and easy. Looking good.
Nice. He got a pretty good angle on that. So even if he just rolls forward, it's not too close to the side. He's got to worry about the scratch. Just, don't roll forward too much. Get behind the 10. He's looking good here.
Nice. Dylan playing really smart.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Bet his heart skipped a beat there for a minute. It was like, oh no, is he going to scratch?
I think all of ours did. But hey, that was a real nice out.
Yep. Now we'll go to...
Fun. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us here tonight at PNW Pool Thing here in Vancouver, Washington. We've got such a back and forth going on. Dylan pulls slightly ahead, and Scudder keeps saying, nope, not getting away from me. So the battle continues.
The one thing, though, so here's the deal. If I remember correctly, Dylan isn't really that very familiar with a big table. I think I remember that kind of being a thing. Big table isn't his thing. However, Northwest Cup is played on big table. So we'll have to talk to him about that.
We will.
Yeah, and sadly, it's true. Big table play has gotten a little bit more scarce. I'm really stoked I got to grow up in a time and place where, I was always a big table player. So I'm always trying to slow that game down and tighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, you definitely have that big table stroke.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to draw at 5 rails? No problem.
But, yeah, so I'll be curious to chat with him a little bit about, okay, you want to be in the Northwest Cup. How's your big table game?
Yeah. Y'all can go play on the Evo Sports table, big table at Silver Star.
Yep.
Shout out Patrick Nix. And Evo Sports. I just love how we're getting more streaming. So during these tournaments and whatnot, you can kind of check in on stuff if you're not able to go make it.
Mm-hmm.
See some great pool.
Yeah, Evo Sports is international now. It's funny, I see their channel. There's always videos going, and there's usually a few from Asia.
Yeah, and I just read that the Midway is getting one.
Ooh.
Thanks to Jeff Hayes. So, very cool, Jeff.
Yep. Oh, look at this.
Oh, gonna get it.
Nestle.
Nope. Give it a little bump.
Maybe he goes for the 9 bank and breaks that 12 out. That's a tricky shot. I don't know, a little risky. Karen Ronning. The song in our ad is not from Dead Animal Assembly Plant. It's from Rio Scale, which features 2 people from Dead Animal Assembly Plant. Right? Nick and Jason?
Yes,
Yeah.
and Danny.
And Danny, yeah.
Yep, it's their little side project. That's a little less metally and a little more like 90s grungy.
Right. It's really great, though. They're working out how they're maybe going to possibly play live at some point. And interestingly, Nick put the...
Ooh.
Oh, very close.
Got back in the way.
Nick put that video together for us, and he chose that part of the song, Head Down, not really understanding that that's such a key part of playing pool well, is keeping your head still.
Don't pop up.
Yep.
Keep that head down.
Yeah, it's almost like he chose that for me, because that's something I always have to work on.
You're just so excitable.
Yeah, I just want to jump up and look. Okay, so he's got a decent combo here. He has shape on the 6 if the 1 gets on the short rail. So, yeah, it's one of those shots where make the 7 if the 1 does roll up on the short rail. Well, shoot the 6, then the 7. He's got options. Also needs to be considerate of this 8 ball. Ooh, okay. It got a little strange on him. Yeah, this 8 doesn't really seem to have a pocket at the moment, so...
Yeah.
He could break it out here. For all we know, he rolled up far enough like that to do that, so...
Nicely done.
It's looking good for Dylan in this rack.
Oh, really thinking about it.
Well, yeah, he's got some decisions to make here, because
Right.
the 3 is obviously a good ball to shoot to get to the 8.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got to move his ball quite a bit here. Okay, looks like he's taking the 3 next anyway. Well, realistically, if he gets in the bottom third of the table, he's got to look at the 8. So the 3 doesn't have to be the last ball.
Yep, using that to move to the other side of the table.
Yeah, it looks like make the 4. Have shape on that there 2 ball. Yeah, I was checking the angle he needs on that 5. Yeah, real minimal head movement from Dylan, which is real great.
Yep.
But to be honest, anybody I've seen on this channel, which is...
Wait, on like our stream?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The person that stands out with the best ability to keep their head completely still, guess.
I mean, we have had Chris Byers on the stream, so...
No, the person I'm thinking of, like, it was noticeable how just absolutely dead still their head was on every single shot. It was, like, supernatural how still their head was.
Who?
Drew Underco.
Oh.
Yeah, he played a Scotch match with Dave.
That's right.
And his head was just so ridiculously still every shot. It was almost like...
Is the camera glitching?
Right. It's not glitching on anywhere except his head. You know? Okay, so I just can't roll too far on this 5. I think he's got it just fine. Looks like Dylan's pulling away just a hair, right?
Moneyball's not down yet. Okay, it is.
Fired it in.
Nice out. Room's looking good.
Yep.
Dylan's got to be feeling good.
Hey guys,
Ah!
are you interested or in understanding more about the current real estate situation? Would you like to be curious about whether or not you can get a home? Well, you know who to call.
Are you sick of paying someone else's mortgage? Let's see if you qualify.
Yeah, you might, and just don't even know that you do. There's all sorts of programs for
And-
first-time home buyers or all sorts of other buyers. So.
If you're just interested in having a chat and seeing what your path forward looks like, hit me up. We can make a plan for you.
Okay, so he's breaking from the same place. So he had success last time. Gonna try it again. See if he takes anything off of it. Ooh, real nice symmetrical break. I like that. 13.
You still got that little cluster down there in the rack area.
Yeah, but to be honest, like breakfast cereals that have the clusters of flavored berries. even
Like
if they're
honey
fake.
bunches of oats or
Yeah,
something.
those clusters are always real nice. Not so much here, though.
I'm not really a huge cereal person, but there are a few I like.
I used to be able to make a mean bowl of cereal back in like high school
What?
age and whatnot. You know,
Make a mean bowl
Oh,
of cereal.
yeah.
Get out of here. Like, I'm never going to turn down some CTC. You know what I'm saying?
right?
But Captain Crunch, pff, get it out of
What
my
was the
face.
one we grew up with where it was little chocolate chip cookies?
What,
And it was like,
Cookie Crunch?
yes, and then it had a little burglar or whatever as part of their little cartoons.
Yeah.
Like we were literally eating little
Stolen-
hardened cookies for breakfast.
Little hardened stolen cookies.
Yeah. Can't believe that. They're like, yeah, this is good for children for breakfast. And then like you're in
Oh,
your,
it still exists.
I know. Unbelievable.
And now, I mean, there's Reese's Puffs. There's like cereals you don't even know about.
I'm sure. Do they still have Captain Roof
Yes.
shredding
That's why I said,
crunch?
get it out of my face.
Roof your
I'm
mouth.
not, that's not going in there.
Did you ever want the roof of your mouth to be shredded beef? Eat Captain Crunch. All right, he's giving himself a little bit of a difficulty here. Cookie Crisp. Cookie Crisp. There it is. Get shape on the 4 from the 6. Oof. Looked like it tickled the corner of that pocket just a bit, but it went in.
It sounds a little dirty.
Ooh, almost did sound dirty, right? It
Almost.
tickled it.
Oh, nice touch in. Rolling. Like, keep rolling or stop.
Well, my women's
Your women's intuition.
my women's intuitions say he was either trying to hold it a little bit for the 5 or roll further for the turquoise 7. Oh yeah, get 3-dimensional on
He's
it.
going to jump it. No. He says, maybe not. Maybe
Well, if he's sizing that up, it tells me a lot about how crucial that particular shape was for the plan he had worked out.
Right.
And he's like, nope, got to adjust, come up with a new plan.
Hey, we've all been there.
Yep. Oh, did he get shape on the 5?
Ooh. No, but he might have got shape on the 7.
Ooh, that's true too.
Let's see. Oh, just punch
He's
myself in the
he's
face.
looking at it, you know, and if he doesn't have shape on either one of those, he's got to cut the 3 in and then wonder about what am I going to run into and where's the cue ball going to go. Might be able to get past this 8 ball.
5 it is.
Yeah, made it look like it wasn't no thing.
I know. Nice shot. Karen, oh, the Rice Krispie treat cereal, that shit with the little clusters. Oh, that was so good.
So wait. Rice Krispies treats cereal where they take a cereal, make a treat out of it, and then make it cereal
and
again?
then break it up back up and make it a cereal again. Yes.
Oh my, that's like how toast is just twice baked bread. You know?
Yeah. That's why my kid makes the
That's
joke
like
of that they're gonna eat some untoasted toast.
So in college, we used to like make all sorts of stuff in our waffle maker. One time we made waffles, kind of crispy, then cut them up and put them in waffle batter, and then made another waffle They have like this
The
multi-dimensional.
inception of waffles.
Yeah, it was like crunchy peanut butter versus smooth peanut butter. Crunchy waffle versus homogeneous
No
waffle.
way. Where it's at with waffles is cook a bunch of bacon and throw that in a waffle.
We put sausage in the mix before. It was nice. All right. Nervy little shot here. How straight is he going to hit it? Straight
Super
as can
straight.
be.
Man, Dylan just said the best way to beat John Scudder is just don't let the dude shoot. Because,
Yeah, he's playing some real good 8-ball right now.
yeah, if you don't get to shoot, you don't get to win. I mean, that was a
That's
hand,
a great slogan.
That was a hand flip, but not pool related, I think. I mean, it was pool related, but oh, they're taking a break.
Okay. Bear. Look at that nice bear.
Yeah. Watching that salmon run up in Alaska.
That's a nice looking bear.
Sure is. Thanks to everybody for being here with us tonight at PNW Pool Thing. We broadcast from our home in Vancouver, Washington.
And we watch bears.
And we watch all kinds of things.
We
But
watch a lot
mostly
of
we watch
animals.
people play pool. So if you want to get on our stream, send us a message.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook. We've got pnwpoolthing.com. I don't know if you can message us through YouTube, but maybe. And
Oh, yeah, I get notices for comments and stuff like that. So, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Hit us up. I will say this right now. We do have a list of people that have been getting matches, and I have responded to some, haven't responded to others.
We're going to get you on, dudes.
Right,
and
right.
dudettes.
But we were looking at our calendar, and we're like, well, what's going on? And it looks like for the rest of this month, our primary availability is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Weekends are kind of, it's summertime.
And we've
and
already
Fridays,
got a bunch of-
trying to get out to play Dylan's nice 10-ball tournament occasionally because I need to get into grease myself. But also, we're going to have to figure out what's going on with the Midway because Stephanie and I like to get down there and play the Scotch Doubles chip tournament. So
Also a fun
there's been a
one.
little bit of a change with that, so we got to iron out all the details with that and figure out what's going on.
I think it's still just happening.
Yeah.
What? You think that's the bear that pulled the trash through your backyard? Chad, oh boy.
In North Bend? It could have been. I mean, it had quite the commute because that's in Alaska right now. That's why it's still so sunny up there because they're so far north. They get those super long days.
All right, well, I'm going to take a 2. I mean, not a number 2. Just take 2 minutes real quick.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'll just sit here like this and rock back and forth in my chair.
Play some ads for the people.
Oh, yeah? All right, they're taking a break. We'll let you look at some creature contraptions. So for those of you who don't know, I make a bunch of weird stuff, and this is one of the things that I've been working on, is this squirrel feeding UFO. Yes, there is a little alien in it. It will hold 36 peanuts. And basically what you do is you train your squirrels to jump to it to get nuts. You will see some squirrels in this video jump from the ground up to it. I think it's like 4 feet off the ground, something like that. Yeah, so we get some nice little squirrel frenzies happening when you put nuts in this thing. And all the little mirrors on it are really great. They reflect little dots of sunlight all over the place, so it's a bit of a sun catcher also. Yeah, so go to the website, check that out. Also planning on have a bunch of other stuff on there, like crow stoops, for those of you that want to develop a relationship with your crows. Probably also going to come up with a number of different bird houses. Those are going to be interesting because you come up with birdhouses based on the species of bird you're trying to get living there because they all have their preferences, right? What else? Maybe squirrel houses. Those will be really interesting. The only bummer about squirrel houses is you can't paint them or stain them or make them look all colorful or anything because they're probably going to nibble on it. You know, they got to keep their teeth all short. That one missed. Missed the mark, bro. Yeah, so we love our creatures. We're going to encourage, missed again. Good relationships with the animals that we live around, you know, because it's like, oh, you got animals around you? Well, you kind of moved into where they are, you know. So, you know, like, it's like going to the ocean and being like, oh, shark-infested waters. It's like, you're in their home, you know? Like, come on, they're not infested. It's like saying this is a Jesse-infested house, which it totally is. But anyway, while they're taking a break, I think I'm going to take a break too. So we'll be right back. So, see you in a few.
So what else you doing with all this time off?
Well, the first like week was kind of like a weird period for me. I feel like because I was already kind of looking for something, and the company was obviously they eliminated a position, so I kind of had a feeling that there was a chance that maybe like they might even shut down.
Yeah.
And so like I was already kind of hoping for this because I was like, man, like if I can get unemployment, like that'd be cool. Just like take the summer off and just kind of. And so like it was a little bit of shock and a little bit of like, oh, freedom time, and but then I also had to like get into like unemployment office and do all those jump through all those hoops and stuff so I could try to get some money coming in. And but I've been lazy, man. Like I've been going to gym. I've been doing that pretty regularly.
We have returned.
We are back.
All right, so they'll be finishing up their break just momentarily.
And better than ever.
Yeah, we all had a nice little relax away from the match. And let's get back to it.
I slapped Scudder around a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
No. I just told him about a deer. We just talked about crows and deer.
We had a
and stuff.
deer in our backyard. If you've been over here, you know where we're at in the city. It's like, what is a deer doing here? Well, I'll tell you. This was early morning on July 5th. All the fireworks scared this poor deer out of its normal range into our backyard.
Super crazy. Never had a deer on camera.
Don't know what to name it.
Don't know what to name our deer on the wall.
Oh, right. The one that's always there, motionless. Let's see this break. Put a little bit more into it and held his cue ball really nicely and made a break ball.
Yep.
Look at this tasty
6.
morsel of a break.
Oh, that's real nice.
Not what Scudder wants to see right now, right?
No, what he wants to see him scratch on the break.
Hey, in the chat, let us know when you're playing with somebody. Do you put curses or hexes on them, or try? Do you like try and use the force with your mind to make balls hang up or anything like that?
I think we all have our own.
Do you have prayers you say? Okay, let's see what he might be opening up with here. A lot of open stuff, so sometimes you can get hung up by anal lysis. I mean,
What?
analysis.
What? I don't want to be hung up.
Right. Anal lysis. It sounds like
No.
sounds like it itches.
Not cool.
Nope. Chad Raswick does not have such internal thoughts.
But Joel Peck absolutely does.
Well, everybody comes up with their own strategies, you know, like
I usually just, cut my palm the night before in a circle of candles and sacrifice. I'm not going to sacrifice anything. A spider.
no.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I just call you and you
Oh,
take me
Doug
outside.
Wu. I want to write a book called How to Win at Pool Without Practice or Even Playing Better.
I would be really tempted to read that book.
I write it. I mean, what's stopping you?
If anyone can write it, it's you, Doug Wu.
No, it's just you buy that book and it's got this nice cover and everything, and there's diagrams of pool, and you're like, ooh, science diagrams. But you open it up and all the pages are just blank. Because, yeah, you got to practice and play better to win. But I practice a lot, and it doesn't translate into winning for me sometimes, so whatever.
But sometimes it does.
Yeah,
But sometimes it maybe you don't win, but
I learn.
maybe you become a world rated 9-ball player.
Rated number 469.
Freaking rated.
Okay, so he's done a good job there. I suspect he's not going to go 12 to the gray 14. He's going to shoot the 14, but to get on the 12. Oh, he's got the 15. He's got more options than I was even giving.
Yeah, he's going to take that 12, 15 maybe.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well,
You know what he's looking at? He's looking going high inside on the 14 to get up above the 15, but he's worried he might glance off the 8. Or he could run directly into the 15. He's only got like maybe 4 degrees of, well, maybe more than that, but tricky little touchy shot. More spin than speed. And how well has he done, ladies and germs?
yeah, that was really nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now I believe Dylan says that he hasn't taken any lessons from anybody, right? No.
No.
Favorite players are Filler and Kachi.
That makes sense.
Very similar styles, too.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, he's got a very Kachi-like style. Look at that. Hand relatively close to the cue ball, short little strokes, real compact stroke, like Filler and Kachi. So there's not a lot of extra movement in the way he strokes the ball. And that goes a long way to being consistent and accurate.
Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, so we love all the Filipino greats, Bustamante and Efren and whatnot for their oof.
Oh.
Scudder gets
Life.
one of them orange donuts they throw off of boats.
A life preserver.
Yeah, got one of them. Now he's just gotta calm himself down and not let the
Well, this is the first shot he's
Goodness.
had in multiple games.
yeah. For real, can't let the importance of the moment become too prominent. You just got to get out.
And Scudder knows how to play pool, so just got to keep those nerves at bay.
Yeah.
I think he rolled a little bit farther than he wanted on that one.
For sure. He's probably looking at this 5. He can go 3 rails and widen it up and get a good shape on the 4, but there's a scratch in that top side pocket if not done correctly. Oh, he missed it. He has missed that ball.
Oh.
But see, he got that shape. All right. That's
Ooh.
excuse me while I clear my throat.
Tough break for Scudder on that one.
Well, look at how Dylan's playing. That's going to rattle anybody. He's not giving you many chances. He's not making many mistakes. He's not missing many balls.
He's leaving the 8 ball sitting in a pocket, so if you don't play perfect.
Yeah, that was a pretty rare miss. John was lucky to have an opportunity at the table, but it was, there was a lot of gravity involved with that. It was an important moment, and that makes it hard to play your game, because there's no mistaking the fact that you really need it.
I know, and we've all been there, but you can't think like that, right? You gotta just.
I know, but it's that's why pool's kind of magical, because when you're in the spot in that position, you think all these things to yourself, and you know that you're capable of thinking them, but it doesn't make it better. That's. But being in those positions makes you a better player.
Dry break from Dylan. John gets to come to the table. What are you starting out with here? Holy hell. There's no good just opener. Easy opener. Or obvious opener, I would say.
Right. Oh, that's totally true. When you're down 3 to 8, it's like, that's frustrating in itself. And then something like this is where you're like, come on, man, can't I just get a ball I can shoot at comfortably? Just to,
right?
Say, hey, I'm going to be stripes or I'm going to be solids. And it's like the balls
I'm going to have to
reflect, how your nerve, they know who's feeling better. And yeah, Dylan's been so consistent that
I'm going to have to let John Scudder in on my sacrificing spiders the night before rituals.
I wonder how much a whole ass cauldron costs.
Well, it depends on, is it around Halloween time or not?
No, I mean like a real cauldron.
They
Like
go on sale. No,
you could like hang it up and put a fire under it. Make things.
and cackle. Make some stews. Okay.
Okay. He didn't have anything to do, so he did that. I really enjoy Take What You Make 8-ball. Because then your first shot can be a safe.
Doug Wu says, did we hear Scott's Frost mention of PNW pool thing?
Yes.
Why, yes. Yes, we have.
Yep.
And we'll be telling y'all a little bit about that coming up.
I had the good fortune of get to know Scott a bit when I lived in Phoenix. Great guy. Doing a really lot of awesome stuff for pool. I'm no surprise Matchroom has picked him up as one of their commentators. But yeah, he's obviously in the One Pocket Hall of Fame. He knows a lot about pool.
No, that's really awesome to hear. Haven't listened to every episode yet. But he's had some very cool guests on.
Yeah, hey Doug, which episode are you talking about? That was it the most recent one? I think the most recent one tonight or last night was with Skylar Woodward.
Oh, fun.
I haven't listened to that one yet.
And we've met him a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, the first episode with Emily Frazier is awesome.
Yeah,
There's
I
a
like how he has lady pool players on too. Because
Well, she's
like,
she's the
dudes,
top of she's
pool's
she's
for
the,
ladies too.
She's the lady behind the World 9-Ball Tour at Matchroom. And when you hear her talk about what they're doing at Matchroom and all the different ideas, just like, wow, she's a really impressive woman, especially her mind and how she's just, oh no, we wanted that to hang up One Pocket style.
Yep, he sure did. We saw that last night with Morgan Joe trying those delicate hang 'em up in the corner. And this cloth is a month old. And so it's still real slick. And if you've played here, you know that we keep our table very clean.
Well, what we did do is not clean it for a good couple weeks. We had some time off between matches, like the 1-year anniversary match until the match last night. I did not clean it at all. At all. There is only Zool. No, I didn't clean it just to like let it season a little bit. And that helped, you know, that rails aren't playing as new. And
Okay, well. Dylan.
oh, Doug says you did a trophy for the U.S. Open. So I did in my tenure in Phoenix. You know, I'm always making stuff, and I did the trophies for the Arizona State Championships one year, the One Pocket and whatnot, and the trophy that I made was a dual-layer LED edge-lit trophy in red and white.
Ooh, that sounds fancy.
It was pretty cool. It was a fun project to make.
And of course it lights up.
Of course Scott won it, you know. So, yeah, that was fun. The West Coast Swing came through his place at Freezers. Got to do commentary with Daniel Bush.
You do make interesting trophies. The Dominant Beast trophy is something else.
Oh, wow. They did a little short video called Sponsor Spotlight. Cool. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, have to check it out. All right, well, Dylan moving around the table really nicely, starting with this ball in hand.
Well, I'm really curious how he's going to deal with this 12.
Right.
And anytime a ball is in that little weirdo spot by the side pocket,
I know.
that's a fun thing to be curious about.
Exactly. You really want to try to get right back on the rail, so you shoot the 12 in one bottom left, and the 8 ball goes in bottom
Well,
right.
you know what he's going to do, right? If he can get straight on this 10, all he has to do is roll forward.
It's just roll forward.
Yeah.
I like his plan.
Well, he's a little flat on this 14, so he might really thump this ball and drift over above the 5. Yep, that was kind of an upside down hand flip.
A little bit.
Yeah. Either that or he's swatting it like a gnat. All right.
He thumped it.
Yep. See, he did. It didn't drift as much as he wanted. That was a tricky shot because he's pretty flat, so you want to cut it a little bit, cheat it to the right-hand side of that corner pocket to get that to happen, but you're jacked up, and you have to hit it hard. And now you've got to come up with sort of a hero shot situation or something else that's clever. Fortunately for him, the 1-4 is tied up.
Right.
But it's kind of a paint yourself into a corner situation. Oh, here's what he's going to do. He's going to cut the 10 and use the 7 to stop the cue ball for shape on the 12. That's what he's trying to do here. Be pretty if he pulls this off. Ooh. Very nice. Very nice attempt. Very creative.
Yeah, that was really good try.
Way to go.
And, I mean, he left John on the rail.
There's really something to be said for
Always tough to shoot from that.
painting yourself into a corner and then the place it causes you to have to go. You got to make something happen. You
Right.
know, that's when you get to be creative, and every now and then somebody does some real wizard shit. Okay, that's
Got it.
a good ball pot for John. Yeah, see where he's at. He's got to settle the nerves, get a few balls in pockets, help you feel good, and remind yourself, no, you can play this game.
Oh, and he can play this game really well.
Yeah.
There's a reason he went into the diamond table business.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not because he isn't interested in pool.
Right. Yeah, so he's got some decisions to make here. Do you stay aggressive, or do you take advantage of the fact you've kind of got the high ground with 5 balls on the table versus his 2? You know, he could possibly hit the 3 into the 1-4 in a controlled manner and do something with the cue ball, make it tough on Dylan, hide behind something, solve a problem he's got, create one for Dylan. You know, I would think,
Push that 7 towards
Especially
that
when you've
upper
been-
right and leave the cue ball behind the 8.
well, if you don't get it behind the 8, you're giving him an out. Because he can shoot the 10. Yeah, position on the 12 is still tough, but he just has to stun it out, and he's got a bank. You know, just want to give him... You want to put your foot on his throat and not let him get in the air. So, yeah, he might come off the 3 and try and hide the cue ball behind the 1-4. Yep, that's what he's done. Kind of a two-way shot. And that worked out real well.
Absolutely.
Get to see some of that John Brain. Because, yeah, I've always been really impressed with the way he plays patterns.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's why he's playing with a bar cue that has a joint in it. You know, he just plays good patterns. He's not worried about a whole lot of deflection because he's not putting a ton of spin on the ball generally.
Okay, so.
TJ, that Scott Frost podcast is called The Boom and Freezer Show.
We got a graphic. We'll talk about it after this game. Oh, he's going to jump it.
Going three-dimensional. Well, realistically, it's a good opportunity for him here if he sticks this and doesn't drift too far. Ooh,
Oh, and he
look at this!
did?
Look at this!
Oh.
Wow!
I'm giving him a wizard chip for that.
Yeah, that was great. I thought, oh, that was great, except he lost the cue ball, but then it came off that short rail real nice. This is a nervy shot, you know, because the meat of the rail, but
Right.
that close to
know.
the side isn't as
I
predictable.
think this one will be better.
Oh, he kind of lifted his head a little bit before that shot. And he's like, it was the pocket's fault.
He says, I hate you, nipple.
Right. It was in the weird spot.
Oh, we all hate that weird spot.
I mean,
But now we put the 12 in a weird spot.
yeah.
Like, speaking of
This
being
play-
in a weird
This
spot.
plays into Scudder's hands, you know.
Right.
Hey, kitty. Yeah.
Kitty's got to
Well, I,
get their 2 cents in.
I speak.
Nice.
I speak cat. He's saying, man, Scudder really has some opportunities here. You're right. He does. Yeah, he's got to get the right shape on this 4. He doesn't even have to worry about getting the 3 out of the way because it's in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but he might be going like this. Make the 3, just leave it there, shoot the 1 in the bottom side pocket. You got shape on the 4.
That also works. That seems to be what he's kind of looking at.
Yeah, because you can, yep. Just thinking, how would I shoot this if I was only going to play center ball? Because that's kind of, you know, the way he plays.
Nice.
Very excellent. Now, John's got this all day long, but, you know, when you're down 3-8 in a race to 11 for the cheddar,
No pressure.
you tend to think a little bit more. Okay, well, a little high inside gets the job done here, but he may actually, we'll see, he may actually play for the right-hand side of the 8 ball. Yep, and he has.
And he has. Get off that rail.
Yeah, now where the 12 ball is, we'll see what he does with the cue ball. You know, is he just solely focused on making the 8? Or is he sort of thinking about where the cue ball's going in case he doesn't make it? So it seemed like, yeah, he was kind of considering that a little bit also.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's, hard not to be in that position when you're in this position.
That's right. That's what I'm saying is you got to just zen. Don't even think about the score. Think about the game at hand. Think about the ball at hand.
Ooh, he's going for the cut. You know what? Can't really blame him here because if you overcut it or undercut it, the speed most likely is going to block the 8 from that pocket anyway. If it doesn't go in. Oh!
Oh.
Well, it's quite a dramatic end to that game.
Yep.
Scudder's got to be like, here goes my 4-pack. What up, party dear? Looking good tonight.
Yeah, just looking cool. Trying to stay cool. It was so hot.
Yeah, it's like the beat or the deer just got off the river.
Him and Scudder been out there floating.
Yep.
I think that's one of the things outside of playing pool and dealing pool tables. Scudder likes to float, fish, and play cribbage. Oh, we should have him over for a cribbage night. I love to play cribbage. And he also wants to say happy birthday to Ken Maganelli.
I just had an idea for a cribbage board where it has a design that looks like a head of cabbage in it, and it's called Crabbage.
That does sound pretty awesome. We can make up some fun new rules for that
Right.
game, too.
Or the shape of a crab.
Crabbage.
Yeah. That could be fun.
For the beach house.
Yep. Done.
Done.
All right. Looks like solids could
Rat
be a
idea.
pretty good opener. I only say that because I see the 5. But let's
But,
think about that a little
scan
more
a
in
little
depth.
bit to the right, and solids look like shit.
For real.
But an opening shot on the stripes,
Yeah, tricky one on the 13, doing a sneaky below the 10 ball. Shoot the 12. That's what he's looking at now. And he's like, well, where's the cue ball going to go? And rightfully so, because that's important.
Yep. He's thinking stripes.
Yeah, well, don't blame him. Just gotta take your time.
Nice shot.
He's done very well. Thinking ahead, that 5 ball is out of the way enough you can sneak the 8 ball by. And you got a pretty good zone for getting the cue ball there from a few different balls here. So we'll see how he works through this pattern. But yeah, good opportunity. You can shoot the 13 to then go to that gray 14 that's just above the 1.
I don't know. I might get the 10 out of the way. Just get it out of here.
Yeah.
Because you're cutting into too many lines.
Well, he'll probably go 10, then use the 13 to get shape on that 14.
Or
However,
11, 10, 13, 14.
11, 14 would work, but then the cue ball has the possibility going towards the 8. So yeah, that's the way he's going to go. So he's obviously got it figured out. Oh.
Put some draw on it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I like
cowboy.
it. Yeah, I like it because check this out. whichever one of those balls he takes first goes to the other one. And then you get shape on the 10 to then go to the 13, then to the 14. I like that pattern.
I would go 15 first.
Yeah. The issue with that is going from the 9 to the 10. So yeah, this is, as long as he gets under the 2. Oof. This isn't even that bad because he can get in between the 4 and the 2 for a look at the 10. You know, it's just a matter of hitting it with the correct speed.
Yep. It's just a stretch.
If he goes too short, he can shoot the 13. If he goes too far, he's got other chances, you know, at the 14 or the 10. So, he's got some room for error in this out and still get out. Very nice.
Okay, looking good to get out here.
Well, Sir Roll-A-Lot says, doesn't think it's fair for a player to play a day before, then having another match next day. Basically saying, yeah, Dylan played here last night, so Dylan was a little bit aware of the table beforehand. Dylan has played here before on this cloth as well. Dylan was already scheduled to play here.
2 days in a row.
Scudder was very well aware of Dylan's time spent over here going in, so he...
Both players got here way early and had over an hour warm-up time.
Yeah, so I get what you're saying.
I know. I did bring that up as well. Like, well, you know.
Scudder was aware of the situation.
Scudder said did not care.
He didn't object, you know. Scudder's also a diamond table distributor and seller. And I think I overheard him saying something about how he recovered a table recently, so I think you might be getting into that.
Yeah, he said
But-
he recovered a table and got paid for it for the first time.
Oh, okay.
He's recovered a lot of tables.
Right. Okay. So he also is a really great banks player, and so adjusting to cloth and table conditions and whatnot is just kind of what he does. So
All he needs is one momentum shift.
right.
He said that since he's been playing in tournaments at the Trough, he's only lost a couple in the last few months. So he's a consistent winner. And so is Dylan, which is why it makes it so exciting. And a dry break from Dylan. Scudder at the table.
So one of the biggest momentum shift pool situations basically is if you scratch on the break. Because then they've got ball in hand on open table, and it's, you know, especially at upper levels of skill, absolutely totally destructive to scratch on the break. But not far behind that is the dry break, you know. Two ball goes down. Cue ball stays up.
Okay.
John's still at the table, and that crowns him king of the solids. So looks like he's going to cut in the 7.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, but he pushed that 12 by his 3. That was unfortunate. Things are getting weird. He's going to have to hard cut that 4.
Well, right now there's enough going on the table where it might be possible he plays some sort of chess match type shot. So, solve a problem, create a problem. Let's see, okay. Yeah, there we go. That's not too bad now. Unfortunately, the cue ball's given Dylan a clear shot on this 10.
Another 2 inches.
Right. Rolls 1 ball rotation further. Awesome. Rolls 1 ball rotation less. Second place to awesome. But it rolled in between those two.
Totally.
But this shot has its own caveats as well. If he wants to come backwards, he's got to jack up a little bit. He's got the 11. He's trying to figure out his pattern here, because where's the 12 going? So what, you go 10, 11, then what?
Well, it might go in that side pocket if you get the 11 out of the way.
Well, yes. However, he's probably trying to figure out, well, how do you get over there? Kitty says, if you get the right angle on the 15, it's possible. Man, Kitty, you're a little Nostradamus. Good Kitty. Have you in the booth more often.
A Nostradamus.
Oh, a Nostradamus.
We need to get a little headset for the kitty.
Don't encourage him.
I used to think it was just because he would be up here begging for food or something. But we fed him tonight.
As opposed to most nights. No, I'm just kidding.
I think he just enjoys it.
Yep. I think the older cats get, the more talkative they get, just because they start to recognize, oh, if I make this noise out of my mouth hole, the human does a thing. All right, so that was a nice little delicate shot to get a good shape on this 13. So him shooting the 13, or playing for it next, I think that's a pretty smart move just for the different options he could likely get after that. And so he's probably just like, yeah, what are really thinking hard about, how do I control the percentages? How do I play in a way where, because even if you shoot shots where you're 80% shots, all of them are 80%, and you got 5 shots, well, 80% of 80, then 80% of that, and then 80% of that. But if you can change any of those percentages,
I feel like that meme right now of the lady.
Of the lady? With the calculations around her head.
Exactly. Like, why are you doing this to me? I'm so confused.
Yeah, so he's doing a real good bit of planning. And we were talking about this yesterday, that Dylan has kind of indicated that, yeah, he's more of a rotation player, and that's what he likes. But he was saying that using Fargo's new feature where you can differentiate you can categorize the data that you want to select for. He was like, actually, 8-ball, I've been the most successful at it.
Interesting.
And it's probably because, with 8-ball, you got to put in work that you don't have to put in with 9 and 10, because so much comes down to decisions you make about which ball to shoot and when and what pattern you're going to play. It's full of gray areas where rotation's black or white, you know. You either hit the next lowest ball or you don't.
True that.
Thumped
Woof.
it.
Dylan playing like he just got a sponsorship from Bad Boys,
Right.
which also shout out to Bad Boys for the sponsorship. And visit badboysmerch.com for sweet and pool.
Yeah,
no,
we were
sweet and cool pool gear.
yeah, we're going to have a slide for them tonight, but they are in the middle of some website maintenance. So,
Oh yeah, you tried to pull it
yeah, badboysmerch.com. Go check that out. They're one of Dylan's sponsors.
tomorrow. Check them out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah, he's just really not letting John come up for air at all.
No, he's just not.
Wow.
Woof. Dylan takes it to the hill.
Yeah. Putting on a little bit of a clinic.
Yeah, well, he's shooting real confident. He's shooting real good. Mr. Consistent, doing what he does. Just not even letting Scudder get to the table. So I wonder, let's say they were going to sell out of this or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When you lose to exactly your Fargo, does it affect your Fargo?
Well, everything is data, and that number is all based on data. So you're giving more data to it, and it suggests that you either played at your ability or less than it. So,
Okay, well. Dylan got to be feeling good.
yep.
Up 6 games.
Well, Dylan's been having a lot of fun with the game and the ability to pursue it pretty heavily recently.
He's coming for that spot on the Northwest Cup.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing about developing a strong skill with pool that and have the time to pursue it is, yeah, there's times in a pool player's life where you're like, oh man, I could really use an extra couple $100 or a few $100 or blah blah blah. So you just stay sharp with your game and go out and play some tournaments and
How'd
have
you
it-
pay your rent through college, Jesse?
but yeah, having that hunger will really drive a massive uptick in your game, you know, and so you got to be hungry in one way or the other. Whether it's just the thumbs up you get from random strangers or whatever. Okay.
Speaking of thumbs up, hey, you guys, give us some thumbs up.
yeah,
Like the video.
yeah, that helps us.
Subscribe to our channel.
Helps us
Show up.
help other people.
Exactly. Well, helps the algorithm.
Yep.
And
And then we
thanks.
get to tell more people about, hey, you need a table in the Pacific Northwest? Call John Scudder.
Hey, you want to play a Friday night tournament? Go play in Dylan's.
Yep.
Hey, you want to play on our stream? Hit us up. It'll probably be in August at this point, but we'll
Well,
give
we
you
do-
some time to train and get ready. Get pumped.
We have what you call a smattering of Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays going forward for the next few weeks. We'll figure it out.
But
Just like he's figuring out
Thanks.
this shot.
I want to say thanks for being here with us tonight. and
Ooh,
liking and supporting our
nice.
stream. What a shot.
Double hand flip, I think.
Oh, no. Yes, that was.
Yeah, I think he might have been trying, or might have been really thinking, I'll just stop it with that 9 for a shot on the 3. Just like, and then a chalk smack. Just like, I should be out already.
Is he going to jump it?
Is he going 3-dimensional? Well, yeah, he didn't mean to hook himself.
Well, who means to hook themselves?
Some people.
Hookers.
I've seen it happen. Oh! Ooh, man. Well, I think I say this every match. The 2 toughest games to win are the first one.
Or the last one.
Yep.
And I'm not like the best at keeping all the stats. I try really hard, but I do believe that was his first scratch, Dylan's first scratch of the evening.
Oof.
That wasn't on a, I think maybe he scratched on a break once, but
Okay. That 9 makes a really nice key ball.
sure does.
But also, so do the others. Nice. I like that. I like the way he just got around it like that. Ooh. Well, that's not too bad. I don't expect him to not be able to make this at all. And position as center ball friendly.
Fall. Oh my God. A cliffhanger.
Yep.
So frustrating. That's when you walk around. Stomp. Stomp it.
Yeah, it definitely seems like Dylan, his pre-shot routine, his fundamentals and all that are such that he can lean on them really heavily when he's not feeling comfortable. And when he is feeling comfortable, people like John Scudder have a hard time getting comfortable. Because, yeah, he's just feeling real good. Like to see it,
Toads. Okay. For the cash.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan has won this match. Decisively so. He did an excellent job of not getting John started, not letting him get comfortable or...
I'm just not letting him shoot, period.
Well-
I mean, there was multiple games in a row that he just didn't let him shoot.
Well, you got to do that with John Scudder. And so being 620, they both have a high gear that's up near 700, right? And so it's just like which one of them is going to have that on display? Are they both going to be struggling? But nope. Dylan's was on display and it shut John down,
Yeah, what an unexpected gap, It just seemed like.
Well, they can either battle it out and it goes hill, or they're both good enough that
Well,
one person's going
and
to
you
kind of
gotta
shut the other one
wonder.
down.
Let's say they didn't do winter break. What kind of difference that would have made, possibly?
Very true.
So, when you guys are working out the details of scheduling your matches, things to take into consideration.
Yeah. Let's all pause for a moment and ask ourselves,
Consider.
how would this match possibly have been different if it was alternating break?
I'm gonna go see if anybody wants to
That's the question I ask
do a little
myself
chatting on camera
tonight.
So, thanks again to everybody for tuning in tonight. Like and subscribe. Play a match. Tell your friends. Pool is cool.
Yep, it's true. So, wow. What an exciting turnout to that match. Obviously, yes. It could have been close. But like I said, they both play well enough that either one of them can just get on a roll and shut the other one out. And Scudder could have done it to Dylan too. But here's Dylan.
This one again?
Yep. So, how did you feel going into that match? And was there, how many games in where you guys kind of quit going toe-to-toe and you kind of pulled away?
Going into the match, I felt good. Obviously, playing here last night, I played pretty well, so I felt good. I got here early and worked on my break. Ironically, I broke really well in practice, and then ironically, the first break was dry, but still, it was testing. I constantly was moving around, changing speeds. The break was like such a head, like it just messed with me, but I didn't feel as comfortable tonight. I missed quite a few balls versus last night.
I remember, the one, you missed the 10 ball, your first miss, and the reason I remember it is because your one miss last night was on a 10 ball.
Yeah, I was actually, I was a little hooked on that ball. I was trying to throw it, and I
Okay.
just didn't quite give the attention it deserved or whatever. But, I mean, I can't even tell you. I had a couple, more than one hand's worth of fingers of balls I missed, and I just tried to rely on pattern play, 8-ball. We talked about yesterday. It's if you play good patterns, you're not really having to take hard shots.
Right.
There was an 8-ball that I missed where I was like, I couldn't get comfortable, and then overthought it because I had missed the 8 in the side. Both times I twisted my wrist and put more spin than I was aiming with and overthrew it, and that's just not being confident. I didn't have the confidence that I was shooting with yesterday. The second half of the match, that changed a little bit. I got a little bit more confident. That last jump, I thought I was going to get out there. Like I knew I could make the 3-ball. I was trying to put a little bit of top on it, and I accidentally put a stun and stunned over right into the side.
Oh,
like,
that one
would
where
have
you had
been
to cut
out
the
of my
ball.
life
Okay.
after all the shots I had to come with.
Right.
But yeah, no, I mean, it was a good match. John, we just talked, and he was having some troubles with the table, which, I mean, I know everybody else knows it's very different. You got to do things a little bit differently than you normally would, and it causes you to think, and sometimes that can be too much. I'm just fortunate that I was able to get some opportunities and close out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's new cloth, but it's also 860 rather than 860 HR.
I know nothing about equipment, so
Right. Well,
I know this table is tough, but that's what I know.
Does.
Yeah,
John does know, and he's a fantastic bank player, which is why he understands those variations in the cloth. Because banks change wildly depending on cloth conditions. So.
Right.
So anyway, well, it didn't seem as though it looked like you were a lot more comfortable than it seems like you were. You didn't let John come up for air, really. You didn't give him too many chances to get started. I mean, you guys went back and forth in the beginning a bit, but after that, it was just, he played real solid.
Yeah, I'm by no means am I trying to say that I played that bad. I'm not trying to discredit his game. I just what I did last night and what I feel like I'm capable of. I don't feel like I was ever there for more, like maybe one or two runouts I had that were pretty good, but like I just couldn't string that together. Next rack I missed a ball I shouldn't miss. It just felt like I was like really fighting to have that gear rather than like how it is like when you catch a gear and you're in that moment like nothing else. You're not thinking at all. You're never ever down on a ball thinking like, oh, I might miss this, or hey, don't twist you're not thinking. You're just flowing. And I felt like I rarely got there. And I didn't stay there, that's for sure.
Well, that goes a long way in showing, you've been competing a lot and playing real well, and it shows how, like, you're tuning yourself to the point where you're noticing these minute things, and to you, like, oh, these are these things I got to work on. But the reality of yeah, you're playing really great. So
Yeah, and I think also too is like we can't be at our best all the time. I want to be, we all want to be, and I'm pretty hard on myself about that, which is one of the reasons why I feel like I've climbed. Is I'm a perfectionist, and so like, but it's not realistic. You're gonna have off nights. You're gonna have nights where you feel like you don't have your A game, and yeah, like I said, I'm fortunate that I got the opportunities that I got, and
yeah.
I appreciate you guys again hosting this. I'm probably going to start paying rent here soon. I'll be here again on Saturday.
That's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be putting together all the details for that. But yeah, it's basically a mini Moscone between two 5-person teams, right?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Some of the guys coming from up north, Chad Raswick, shout out to him. He was my Scotch partner for Elite this last time at the coast. Kind of helped plug me with Bad Boys. Like, he's a great guy. Love being around him. His game is phenomenal. Obviously, Mike D, Nicole, Jack Kiske. Like, it's gonna be fun to play with all those guys. And our team, the opponent, I'm very familiar with all of our opponents, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm excited to do it. I'm excited to do it here. And
well, we're super looking forward to it because just the group of people that's gonna be here is gonna be awesome. The amount of pool that's gonna be played is gonna be awesome. It's not supposed to be super hot that day, so
that'll be nice.
Hanging out and being here on the patio and everything like that will be really delightful as well. So
awesome. Well, I'll get out of here and let John get in here. Thank you guys again, and thanks to John.
Yeah,
we've been trying to get this match for years, so cool. I'm thankful that he was able to come out and play, and I'm sure we'll play another one again. So
hell yeah!
Thank you guys.
All right. Stick around for that chair photo.
Oh yeah.
Is John coming in?
Yeah.
Cool.
Why are you?
It's my nutritional beverage.
Oh.
Oh. What's up, John? How are you?
I'm sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In here.
A little further down.
Oh, okay.
But he was breaking really well.
Right.
Except when he wasn't, and then I had to shoot. But
yeah, there was definitely a break where I was like, "Oh man, this is not the type of break you want to see if you're John."
There were a lot of
those. Where he just like splatter, held the cue ball, so that was.
Yeah, so he was breaking really well, and after the first few racks, started shooting really well.
Yeah.
And I wasn't.
Yeah.
Never really a good combination.
Right. Well,
but
he didn't let you recover from anything. Like if you made an error, which early in the match you can do for sure, but he didn't let you have the chance to make a few balls to like get over it. And then he just went on, it was like, well, man, John's just not able to get comfortable.
Give me a chance here and there, but then I would do things like leave myself poorly. I'd sell out. I mean, like I said, it was me stepping on my own feet at times. I had some really good almost runouts at the beginning where I'm like, hey, I got this, and then I didn't.
Right.
And then he started, getting in gear, good breaks, good shooting. And then when I had a chance, it just seemed like I was fighting myself. But Mama didn't raise no quitter, so every time you get up there, you just have to shoot, because otherwise you might as well just throw in the towel and go home and be a crybaby.
Well, you either win or you learn. I played Dylan a little while ago, and he torched my ass, and it made me realize, I haven't been competing, and you have to do that a lot so that you quickly make the transition from nerves into playing pool well, and like I was like, oh, I'm not good at that right now. So I was curious, what has your level of competition been? Where are you doing most of your getting in the grease?
I play at home, nothing too serious, and then I do the trough tournaments once in a while, and
nice.
That's about it. So nothing much really.
Right.
But Dylan's game is really matured.
For sure.
His like mental attitude about it really matured. I mean, you got to give him props. Like, he's, his rating might have gone up however many points, but his overall
table set manner, everything,
everything is
for sure
double that.
Yeah.
So, it's really been impressive to watch.
Yeah. And we've been in the pool community a long time and seen players come and go and everything. It's always nice to see a younger player passionate about the game, put heart and soul into it and whatnot, achieve results, and also at the same time do things that help the community at large like he does, run tournaments, all that. So cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Well, really appreciate you coming out, getting in the grease.
But, I don't mind. Well, okay, I can't say I don't mind giving him my money, but I don't want to give anybody my money.
Well, I mean, there's part of what he's up to where he's kind of playing for it,
He earned it, though.
Yeah,
he earned
absolutely.
it. I can't take that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, he outbroke me. He outshot me. Sometimes it just happens, and you just got to suck it up and move on.
Right. Well, we love you, buddy. Great to see
Love you guys too. Thank you.
Can't wait
Hope
to
you
see
all
you
enjoyed
back
the
here.
show.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. We are going to go
Have
ahead.
you back on for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah, absolutely.
I'm going to bring some extra dirt to wear that table in faster.
Oh, you're just bringing some extra dirt?
Yeah.
Just
Don't
rub it
worry.
right in.
It'll be some town dirt. You won't even notice.
All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us here at the PNW Pool Thing. As always, a good time. And our next match will be Friday between the wonderful Zach Zager and the terrific Trevor Sickendick. So until then, hope you guys have a wonderful period of time and enjoy your evening.